Jeez. That didn't take long. Yup. What's shaking, everybody? It is I, Mouse Rat 2217. And yeah, it's my day off. It's Friday, and I'm hanging out by myself at home before I get some like personal projects done. I thought, why not jump on and do some quick Red Dead dailies? It's been a little bit since I've been able to stream Red Dead, unfortunately. So let's change that around today. What are the dailies? I haven't even looked at them yet. We're going to find out here. Let's see. Distant swim, follow dog, land, milkweed, trampled, horseback. Huh. Bolas, hard. Small stews. Oh, I can do that. Piece of cake. Probably won't do that. Probably won't do that. All right. Let's do the easy ones first, right? And, oh, cool. Already got some people watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And, yeah. So, to anybody else, if you dig the channel, consider dropping a sub. I would much appreciate it. But I'm just glad you're here watching. Oh, hang on. I got the Henry cam is still on from last night. There, that's better. Now we're talking. Come on, Mouse Rat. Eat this stew, man. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to grind out the dailies as quick as I can. We'll see how that goes. For a nice switch, I've got my friends are keeping the kids overnight, and my wife and I are going to get crazy and watch TV with the closed captions off. Right? How about that? That's wild stuff. It's the little things, you know. It's the small things in life. You just gotta take the win when it's there. Why am I getting so many posse invites? Oh my gosh. Listen, people. I'm no better at this game. Oh, dang it. I wish I hadn't done that. I'm no better at this game than you.
Beautiful.
Let's see.
Top notch. Excellent. Thank
Oh, nice. Good on you, Lucas. And Nicole. I don't want to jinx you, but oh, wait. Let's see. Who's this? You see those little red indicators that's other players that are trying to do something. Oh, it's a mailbag. Man, they're like all about, hey, make sure you get these people. Oh, they're in a posse. Okay, come here, Andy. I'll pet you again. You're a good dog. Oh, I better gas up with some bullets. Rick, it comes at a great cost, my friend. It definitely comes at a great cost. Listen, I love my job, I do, but it's basically I have to make myself available pretty much all the time. Lucas knows. That's like church culture for you. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't, because I really believe in what I do, and it is difficult sometimes. Let's see. Let's do some bounties. That is what people seem to think, unfortunately. That definitely is what people think. They've lost their minds. You know what? Let's do. I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to run up to Coulter and pick up some fossils so that I can do the one about the take a tonic and blah, blah, blah. So let's see. Head up there. Oh, there's some close by. Oh, that was a pain in the butt to get. We're not getting that. Yeah, some of these just, they make it not easy. All right, let's see. We want this one. Where to go? Right, sure. Come on, horse. So I came up here because one of the dailies is take a hearty tonic when you're too hot or too cold. And what that does is somehow miraculously, I suspect it's just booze, keeps you from like suffering the effects of being too cold or too hot, which means it drains your health at a steady rate whenever it happens. But so yeah, oh yeah, vaults on horseback. I actually have a secret for that too. Well, not a secret. It's I make it sound so mysterious. Woo-hoo. Yeah. God dang it, Rick. Oh my God, that's funny. That blessed my soul right there. You're such a butthole. Oh, I don't think I've ever been happier than I am right now. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. Oh, oh my gosh. Oh God. Oh man. Um, I'm gonna do a screen grab of this on my computer so I have it for later. And captcha. Thank you. Okay, back to business. Back to business, people. All right. Yeah, used to, I would always be like, man, I wish Amanda and I would have the same day off. But now I'm like, oh, score. It's going to be Xbox time. Let's see. Where is that one? Right. I'm looking at this map. I used to try to bring it up on the stream, but it wasn't very great to look at. So yeah, obviously, I mean, you see the map that I'm marking, but there's a map from a person that they pull the XML data from Red Dead and show you where like all the collectibles are going to be on the map that day. Which that's somebody doing the Lord's work right there. The way the collector role was supposed to work is it makes it the worst of all time. You're supposed to just randomly stumble upon this stuff or go by maps from Madame Nazar and open them up, and it'll just randomly show you like the location of 3 of the things that you're looking for. And yeah, that sucks. The collector role honestly sucks. It's boring as can be, but that's why I have 304,000 Red Dead dollars. It's from that. Let's see. Is it up here? Come on, metal detector. Do your work, your magic, your wizardry. All right. Where is the last one? Where shall I go? Oh, I could go up and see Sadie, but we'll go back from whence we came. And we'll go check out this one over here. Oh, whoo, that was close. I looked over at my computer screen for a second and almost ate it. Sorry, horse. I want to go... Where is that? Right there. All right, cool. Back to business. Here we go. Oh, here comes some wolves. How dare you guys? I don't want to hurt you, but I will if I have to. Oh, he's going to falter here in a second. Oh my God, look at that. The blood trail. That's horrific to look at. Oh, I'm coming. Well, listen, maybe you should think about this next time. I know. I'm sorry. That's the one thing, man. I realize it's realistic, but still, it makes me feel real frowny face. But, oh, look at that. Come on back, Alexis Rose. Those mean old wolves are dead. Don't worry. Old Mouse Rat took care of them for you, big baby. Let's see. So how's everybody doing? Lucas, you're probably at work building America also. Whereas I am just hanging out. I'm not sure who else is watching, but if anybody else is watching, drop it in the chat. Love to say hello. All right. Yeah, I miss being able to stream all the time. I've actually been doing some work today, I'll have you know. I'm working on getting a new vendor for my fire alarm monitoring. And, man, what a mess that's been. If anybody wants to hear me wax poetic about the nature of fire alarm monitoring and equipment leasing and all that, I can tell you who not to call, but I don't want them filing a claim against me and getting my stream shut down. Because you know that's what they would do, right? But you know who I'm talking about. I'll give you a hint. Just one small hint. The Rock's family must own this company. They must control it. There, that's all the hint you need if you're familiar with the industry at all. You guys suck, it's what you do. Yep, that's what people come here for, is all of the fire alarm talk. You're welcome, everyone. You're very welcome. All right, we're gonna go get this last fossil up, y'all. You know who I miss playing this game with? My buddy Trey. What's up, 01, son? That's a cool name. I mean, it's no Mouse Rat 2217. I realized that was very low-hanging fruit when I picked that. The 2217 is like what Xbox put on there, or Microsoft, just by default. But here's something. Sweet, man. Well, hey. What's up, Voidica? I haven't listened to see if my voicemail made it on Blue Harvest last night, but I was going on about how great Lego Star Wars is. And one thing that's kind of neat, last night, my dude, Henry, my little guy, he wanted to play, and he calls this our channel, which I think is cute. I mean, people come here for him more than they do me anyway. So I think maybe he is onto something. But anyhow, my whole point is, he wanted to play a different game that I hadn't played before. I may have played it briefly with him on the other Xbox, but it's Lego City. And it's pretty cool. It's got like definite elements of being like GTA for kids, but you're a cop. But like a lot of the mechanics are the same. The way the mini map works, the way like it's story and mission driven, and it drops the GPS on for you and stuff. It's pretty fun, and it looks really good. I'm not sure what generation it is, but if you're into the Lego games at all, I would definitely recommend it. Lego City Undercover, I think is what it's called. And it's quite a bit of fun. I really liked it. Now, close scrutiny may show that it looked like I might have been dozing off a little bit when we were playing right at the beginning, but I'm not going to tell you you're wrong, okay? What was that? Oh, I'm not going to get that guy. That bounty sucks. It doesn't pay any gold. When you see a bounty, see that icon down there in the bottom corner of the map right by the north indicator? That's a free roam bounty. I think that's what it was. That disappeared regardless. But, you know what that might have been? Hang on, let's see if it's still there. That might have been one of the criminal activity ones. Yeah, it probably already despawned. But the free roam stuff like that, the bounties are one of the best gold paying mechanics in this whole game. So if that's what you're after, that's where you go. But those that you find just roaming around, they don't pay out any gold. It's just cash and experience points, and it will count against any bounty-related dailies that are like quantity related, but not location related. Like if they have a poster somewhere, you're not going to see where it is and get credit for like like New Hanover when it's two bounties from New Hanover. But what's up, Cruiser? Yeah, dude, right? Going to the doctor, huh? Cruiser, people may not know this, but he's been on steroids for the last few months. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's pretty wild. But you got to subscribe to Patreon to get that sweet action on the bad motivators. Okay, perfect. Billy. Man, this is turning into a whole thing. This is the most viewers I've had in a solid bit. Looks like I'm just going to start taking off work and streaming. Were there any cooking ones? Oh, this is the real fun stuff, I know. Okay, let's fast travel to... Where's a fun place? Tumbleweed. Yeah, let's do that. There's a butcher there. We can do all that stuff. Come on. Billy, how you doing, man? Cruiser, you feeling all right? I worry about you, my dude. 5 complete carcasses, it said.
Dang, you've been gone a long time.
I have been gone a long time.
Yep, that's true.
Some of these stupid things, it's turned into a deal where, like the fish, okay? For anybody who's playing this game, the fish, you get a certain amount, and then suddenly once they're in your possession, you can't do anything with them. It's like they don't count anymore. I could sell them to this guy, but I can't dismantle them or anything like that. Break them down, dismantle. That seems kind of stupid.
But ain't no better business than the middle of town.
Oh, you guys. I love you guys so much. That's my brand of humor right there.
Seems like every other fella tries to sell me one of these.
Well, then don't take it. If all you're going to do is bitch, don't take it. All right, sir. Gosh.
See a fair amount of that lately.
Then don't take it. Oh, my gosh, man. I swear. You know what? We'll just sell this one. That's fine. That should be 5, right? Oh, no, you did not. Just give me credit for 2. I am most displeased right now. What were the moonshiner ones? Ugh. I hate to not take that moonshiner thing down there. That's what that is, by the way. Means there's a moonshine roadblock because the dang government come try to took my money. This is the only time my sniper rifle gets any love at all. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Duck. Let's see. I would do the enemies trampled by on horseback with these guys, but man, they're a little too spicy. They're tough. Come on. Why is there such a gap between the time I pull the trigger and the time it actually fires? Get up, you big baby. See, I pulled the trigger while that guy was still standing. I gotta see if it's just my sniper rifle. Because maybe that's one of the mechanics. Oh, please. One of the mechanics of it. I don't know. Who, me? She told me what happened. Are you talking to me, Cruiser? I'm sorry, I sort of missed something. Oh no, I think I hit his horse. Yep, I must have. Whoops. Oh my gosh, why are there still so many of them? Normally, I mean, I've like thinned them way out by now. Oh, gee whiz. I'll just set this guy on fire. Why wouldn't it lock onto that? Or, you know, not lock on. I use free aim, but why didn't the reticle turn red is what I mean. Shaw. How many more of you? There you are. Come on. I realize this is extremely boring. I'm trying to hurry. I genuinely am.
Boy, I will cut you into bloody little...
Well, that's not very nice. Let's do this then. This is always fun. Let's go in with the tomahawk on him. Listen to the sound it makes. Ooh, I'm almost dead. Don't die. It's so satisfying.
You're about to get your due.
That's what I hear. Did it pick up my tomahawk? I don't think it did. Where is that guy? Get over here, you. Oh, you hear that thud? It's so good. Come here.
Sunrise, asshole.
Well, yes. There's one tomahawk. It definitely didn't pick up the other one. I should see it sticking out of the guy. Oh, there it is. See it? Cameron, I'm not joining your posse. I'm sorry. It's not you, it's me. Let me put this stupid gun away real quick. Now, Cruiser, she told me what happened. If you were talking to me. But if you weren't talking to me, she still told me what happened. Cruiser had to go to the emergency room because of a sexual injury. I'm just kidding. That's disrespectful. I don't mean any disrespect. Oh, there he is. Okay, guys. Let's get back on track here. Bring my horse. Come on, horse. So, Rick, you weren't excited by that selling bluegill thing? Huh. I gotta admit, I'm dumbfounded. I assume that's what everybody came here for, was that sweet bluegill action, man. Alright, let's find some stupid animal carcasses to sell to this dude. What do we got here? Fox. On the run. Whoops. Oh, no, that didn't kill him. I'm sorry, Fox. That was mean of me. Come on. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Appreciate seeing everybody here. It's super awesome and great. Having a good time playing Red Dead. I still love this game if you don't know that. I still play it every day. At least some. I've gotten to where I'm not relying on, like, grinding every daily out like I used to. But, yeah, yesterday I actually stopped short because I wanted to watch Lost with my wife. And guess what? I fell asleep before one episode was over. You know why? Because I'm 1,000. I can't carry that coyote. Not while I got this fox back here. I need something small like you, Splat. Sorry about that, iguana. Was he perfect? Oh, yeah, look at that. I mean, not that it matters. I'm just going to sell him to that butcher. But don't worry, Rick. It'll only take a second. It didn't give me credit for all of the animal carcasses I gave. Oh, I need horse vaults, too. Here, let's just do this. Jump, Alexis. Ugh. Oh, my gosh. This horse is going to the glue factory now. All right, let's just do this. That was embarrassing. Thanks for making me look like an idiot in front of my friends, Alexis Rose.
Good to see you again, sir.
It's good to see you too, sir. It's good to see you too. Oh, my horse isn't close enough. Get over here, stupid. Maybe that's why she's not doing what I want her to do. All right, come on. Get over here. I know. All right, butcher. Sell. There. Boom, boom, and boom. Let's sell these wolf hearts. $13.50 for 30 wolf hearts. Man, it's a good thing I'm not relying on that to pay the bills. That's a lot of work to get 30 wolf hearts.
Come back here.
They just don't even care. Let's see, it was hard in bolas, right? The jailbreakers. What are those dudes in wagons? You know what? Let's just take these guys. We can do it in one fell swoop. Bolas. Oh, this is even easier. This is going to be a stupid search and find. Chala Springs, that's on the other side of Armadillo. Well, I hope everybody enjoys watching my horse gallop halfway across the map, because that's where we're at right now. Well, I'll try to give you some banter on the way that'll make you laugh. I told my wife some jokes lately that she was most displeased by. So we'll try those. Oh, by the way, Henry, I always ask him if he heard any good jokes at school, which I know he hasn't. But he says, Dad, kids don't tell jokes at school because they have other funny stuff, like farting. I was so proud. I was so proud of my lad. So yeah, like farting. But anyway, I was telling him about this invention I came up with that I thought was going to make us millions of dollars. It was a pencil, and it had an eraser on both ends. And then I realized it's pointless. I'm just imagining everybody listening to this is just clapping, giving me the big cheers. Oh my God, the viewer count dropped by 2 the second I said it. Oh, Boyd, that was you that we were talking about the bluegill. Sorry, I thought it was Rick at first, because I just saw the K in your name. Boyd, do you ever play this game anymore? Did you ever get into Red Dead Online, or did you just into the story? I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh, why did it have to be so far away? The one nice thing about this, though, is that there's 6 of them, and I'll just kill most of them. I just have to hit 3 of them with bolas, and that should do it. Man, look at this town. There's a plague amongst these parts. It's quite sad. All right. No, they... Whoops. Oh my gosh, that was a trick. I'm sorry, guy. It was an accident. I was trying to read the chat. No, they haven't done cross-platform. I'm not sure why, but I will tell you I'm actually kind of glad they haven't. And the main reason is that cheating on PC has just been absolutely rampant. And they've taken steps to try to lessen it, but I mean, you can only be so successful with it. Because, you know, kind of like nature always finds a way. It's the same thing with dirty cheaters on Red Dead. Now, there are actually slight ways to, I guess, it is cheating, let's face it, but it's more of an exploit. Maybe. How do you do that? Can you do that on console? Or is it PC only? All right. I'm just going to tell you, if you don't have Red Dead, in my opinion, it's one of the best video games of all time. PC Master Racing. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably a PC only thing. So what I was talking about with cheating in this game on the Xbox, come on. It's more of an exploit. Like, there's weird things you can do where if you hold down this and do this and you're in a posse and you pick the person up and you get in the water and you do something, essentially what ends up happening is it turns you invisible. You're invisible on the map and you're also invisible on the ground part of the time. And it sucks because, you know, then people just come up and grieve the crap out of you. You don't even see them coming on the map anyway. But they also glitch in and out of existence right in front of you, and it sucks. I mean, I don't understand. At that point, literally what you're saying is, the fun I get out of this game is ruining other people's good times. That's where I find my joy. And if that's you, I mean, more power to you, I suppose. But geez, it's kind of a butthole thing to do. That's just one man's opinion. But yeah, I don't get it. That's not for me. As a matter of fact, like, anybody, Cruiser knows this, how on like Fortnite I take exception with like some of the weapons that are grossly overpowered. And so I tend to just never use them. Unless I've hit a point where I'm so mad I can't stand it anymore. But yeah, that's not my bag. But like I said, to each their own. Not everybody thinks like I do, obviously. But anyway, Red Dead, the story, oh my gosh, it is one of the best things of all time. Whenever I very first started playing it, it was, you know, Hawes had recommended it to me when I was asking him about it. And the prologue for the story is really long. But that's sort of like where the tutorial mechanics come in. But also it's like to just really set up the desolation of their situation. But it is a bit of a slog in spots. And but if you get past that, it's one of the most satisfying things. Not that I need them, he says. Jeez. Because he's so good, is what he's telling you. Howdy, pal. 1, 2, 3. Oh, they got me. But did I get the daily? That's all I care about. Oh, it was supposed to be 2. Yeah, there it is. I got him. Now I just go kill them all. Come here, guys. Ugh. Oh, no, I let him get me again. Okay, let's get serious now.
Move in closer.
Splat. One of the runners. He's gonna try to get away. Nope, he's coming back for his boys. Come here, you. Where are you? Behind this rock? Splat. There you go. Let's call in the wagon. I cannot believe I let myself get killed twice on this in the stream. That's embarrassing. Where are you going, guy?
Jesus, we getting ripped apart. What the hell is wrong with you?
Lots. What? No, hog tie him. Oh, for Pete's sake. That was ridiculous.
Widow, what in the hell?
You're gonna make my wife a widow.
Hell, I'm gone.
Yep. Well, I lost all 3 of those bolas. That's the sad part of it. God, I cannot believe I let myself get killed twice on the stream, no less. The day that'll live in infamy, where I showed everybody just how terrible I actually am at this game. Come here, guy. Make sure that other one isn't, like, getting free over there. I used to have this thing where I always try to take them all alive. Yeah, I got over that pretty quick. Once, like, I was always playing by myself. It's impossible to do, like, a 6-person bounty and take them all alive. So, yeah, I just started killing them. Unfortunately, even though it says they're wanted dead or alive, it dings your honor for it, which I know, who cares? It doesn't really matter, but I don't know. It matters in my heart. Okay. Where's the guy that's still alive? Should I run him over? There he is. I'll let him struggle so he thinks he's almost going to get away. Oh, here come their buddies. At least they'll be crappier shots. I don't know, Cruiser. I think I'm going to knock this out as quick as I can. Then I got to get some stuff done. But maybe I'll stream again later. I'm not sure as of right now. Where's that guy? There he is. Boom. Oh, you're afraid to curse? I mean, I respect it. If that's not your thing. Oh, I love the sound that gun makes in Deadeye, that coughing sound.
Oh, crap!
I mean, I have some personal work I need to do. You know. Ooh, it's getting ready to storm. Did you see that lightning flash? That was pretty cool. Oh, there he is. Well, at least I don't have to worry about the rest of these guys getting away. They're dead. 3 and 3, that's not a bad ratio, though, right? Come on. I'll have to Deadeye it and see if I can find any of my bolas around. Or Eagle Eye. I don't think they stay, like they'll despawn. Once the person that I hit with the bola gets up, the bola's gone, I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at him sitting in there all orderly, surrounded by their dead brethren. Nope, no bolas around these parts. They look like springs coiled up when you see them in this view. All right, let's just take them out. Thanks for playing, lads.
No, not again.
I know, it's embarrassing. Yeah, I don't think that'd be great. There's one where I remember it's a husband and wife, And whenever I got to the bounty, let me get back on the road. When I got to the bounty, I was really doing quite a bit of smack talking on him. But the wife, during the course of the thing, ends up falling in a fire and gets burnt to death. But the guy I've already got, and he's in the bounty wagon. So just imagine that. Boyd, I've actually thought about that. More on that in a second. But by the time I had to go and throw this guy in the wagon the guy was in the wagon. I had to throw his dead, burnt wife in there with him. That'd be pretty rough, man. But yeah, Aaron, I was thinking about doing that. I'm building that saber for Hawes. It's gonna be so rad. These Kenobi hilts are just the dopest. I mean, they damn well better be. They're like $300 for an empty hilt. You know, you can imagine how quickly the cost piles up when you think about the components that necessary to make it work. But $300 for just the empty hilt. Anyhow, yeah, I thought about doing that. I've just got to really suss out like how I can set the camera up to make it like viewable for people, because I don't know like how I can make it interesting to look at where people could, still see it, but me be able to work effectively. Yeah, I'll have to mess around with it and see. Do they sell bolas at this here general store? I can't remember.
I'm surprised to see you again.
Well, you should be surprised.
Bad happened. It's all here waiting for you.
Well, they don't have everything in this, I guess. Oh, look at all those bullets on sale. I better stock up. All right, let's just... Oh, wait, workwear and trades. It would have it in that.
You know, you don't have to hide illiteracy. It's pretty common in this town.
What a jerk. Did you hear that? Is that because I didn't buy anything? What a dick. Turn the page. Nope. We're leaving. I'm done with this guy.
All right, let me know if you need me to read something to you, though. Go ahead and see what's out there. You won't like what you see.
Do you hear that guy? He's in there saying, let me know if you need me to read anything to you. Well, I got bad news for you, man. This isn't normally how I roll, but I'm not putting up with this. Oh, well, let me throw it. Jerk.
That was fast. Welcome back.
Oh my gosh, this guy. It won't let you shoot him.
I find your choice is somewhat limited out there.
Okay, he's standing close to here. Right. Like right in this area. Oh, get away, get away. Did it hurt him, you think? Jerk.
Is there a lawman left in this godforsaken town?
Don't go telling on me. Well, this has gotten completely out of hand. I did not intend for this to happen. Let's see. There's one more witness over there. Oh, now they're every place.
Keep the peace here.
Oh, this one's gonna get me.
Get away from me.
There. I cleared my good name, everybody. Nothing to worry about. Oh, dude, that would rule. Yeah, I would be down for that. The songwriting skills of those two combined. Whew, it almost wouldn't be fair to the world. All right. There's a really cool story about Taylor Swift and Dave Grohl, and I feel like Paul McCartney was involved in this somehow. But he was supposed to like play one of his songs and sing it, and was high as could be. It's funny because you can hear Grohl talk about it, and Taylor Swift ends up getting at the piano and sings like "Learn to Fly" or something for him, so he didn't have to do it, which is so cool, man. That is really neat. Yeah, she's neat. I like her. Her tour starts in like what, 20 days or something. All the kids are getting excited. I mean, I am too, but let's see. I am not doing that. Swam, dog, loons. Okay. Let's do this then real quick. Where am I? That is true, Rick. That's quite true. It's like on that episode of Community where Britta says, I have a confession. I come from a long line of wives and mothers. And Annie says, many do. Where'd those birds all go? They just went... Oh, there they are. No, that's not them. There's a whole... here we go. Whoops. Is that them? No, those are ravens. Darn it. There was a whole string of little birds. Where did they go? I mean, I know you're thinking, why do I care? Well, anybody who's ever heard me go on about it, it's always handy to take little animal carcasses like that because you can fit them in your pouch and you can have a boatload of them. That way, when it's like, donate 10 small animal carcasses to Crips, you don't even need to go looking for them. Boom. They're in my pocket. I need to go over here is where I need to go. Got to go back to town and show my face. See if any of them are still all bent out of shape about the murdering I handed down. Well, there's one. Any more?
Hello there.
Howdy, sir. The bad thing is you can't wave and have a gun in your hand because because the button presses for point the gun at their face and for get ready to wave to them are the same. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Oh. You know what? Boyd and I were talking about this. She is a good guitar player, Taylor Swift is. I mean, I know people might have a hard time getting behind that, but she is. Her rhythm and her picking are exceptionally good. It's enviable, honestly. As a guitar player, it's enviable. So, you know. Yeah, she's very good. Watch her pick hand sometime. Anybody who plays guitar. And, anyway. Blah, bitty, blah. I think they really started, picking on her when she was on the Red tour. Because she played electric guitar a lot in that. And, she had this red Les Paul. People are like, oh, I'm out there swim, I'm not ball like that. Oh, she's got a capo on it, that's stupid. You know what? I use a capo on electric guitar all the time now. Because of church. I mean, I never would have otherwise. But yeah, she's awesome and great. But anyhow, one man's opinion. It's the correct opinion. And if you disagree with me, you're wrong. But it is my opinion. So one of the dailies today is follow a dog to something interesting. And it is one of the most annoying dailies to try to get. Because it is a random occurrence that you cannot trigger. You can't make it happen. For sure. Now there's things you can do to try to trigger it. But it doesn't always pan out. Did that count as a vault? Yeah, I bet it did. Let's see. Daily. Nope, it sure didn't. Neither one of those did. So here's what I always do whenever one of the dailies is the vaults on horseback. Is you just find a place with a bunch of fences like this. And just ride through them. Here's one. Here's two. Jump, you stupid horse. I guess she showed me. Yep, Alexis Rose, you did it. Hope it was worth it to shame me. Jump. Crisscross will make you. I gotta quit looking away. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. It's funny though, it's worth it. I'm not super upset. The ASPCA is gonna be calling on me though, I guarantee it. Ugh. Oh, I don't know how that worked. Okay, there's 10 out of 10. Good. Nailed it. All right, let's see. Let's get back to business. I have 5 of 9. I could do one more. I could do Animals of Vibe. That would give me a quick 2. I could get that one for 3. I need one more. And it's not going to be any of those, so let's do these. All right. Sedative. Two sedated animals revived. Okay, so listen, I'm going to tell you something about this. This is the naturalist roll. One of the biggest turd sandwiches of the rolls. It's super hard to get all the stuff you need, and it doesn't pay any money. And one of the things that sucks is that whenever you very first get the sedative rifle cartridges for your 22, there's no explanation. It's just to tell you need to hit them like 10 times with it. Some animals take 2 shots, some take more. Revive. But yeah, it's a bunch of crap. It's like really starts cutting into your killing everybody time. There. Now here's something interesting. I don't know if anybody's keen on this, but one thing that happened at the Halloween update for Red Dead this past year, which was really good. Oh, no. One of my favorite times of the year for Red Dead, that and Christmas, is some of the mechanic for the naturalist roll broke. And that means like any roll dailies associated with quantities of specific types. You know, collect 3 farmland samples and so on and so on. Yeah, that all quit working. You could still get it, but you couldn't collect a daily for it. And you know what? They never fixed it. They just quit having them as dailies. Good job, Rockstar. You nailed it. You did it. Should be pretty proud. Okay. What next? I think it was something about my moonshine shack, right? Heirlooms. Moonshine. Hearty tonic. What were the generals again? Swam, loons, milkweed, Non-player enemies trampled. Let's go up to the Moonshine Shack. And we'll go there. We're going to play with the band. Do a little rocking and or rolling up here. Now, this is what people come to the stream for. This right here. Actually, you know what? We'll deliver Moonshine first. Then we'll do the special recipe one. That's what we'll do. All right, cool. I'm glad we got it lined out. Man. Okay, come on, mouse rat.
We have a batch ready.
I know you do.
C'est parti.
226 sweet bucks we're getting ready to make right here.
The time has come, yes?
You know,
The new batch
took a
is
whole bunch of
prepared,
stuff to get
and these
that
buyers are
moonshine done, and
pressing,
we're going to get
yes?
shot at and everything
I have
else, but
done my
man,
part.
$226
Now you
is
must
worth
do
it.
yours. I have prepared something
Superior.
something that will bring them crawling back for more. And now you must let nothing stand in your way.
Come
not
on.
even the revenue men.
So
on
they
your
do
way.
this right here
Bon route.
so that this is the loading time, which I guess is nice. So you don't have to just sit there and see the spinning 6-shooter cylinder. But my gosh, does it get annoying. He is, I don't know, there's something about Marcel that, I think it's probably because I've heard all of his spiels about 1,000 times. Oh, easy. So you can watch YouTubers. What's up, man? So Condon's one of the very few that saw Throw the Horns live before we were no more. Oh, which reminds me, those dudes continued on as Horns Up, and I'm not 100% sure they're still booking gigs. They probably are, but I'm off of Facebook so much now that I could be missing out. But listen, if you're ever in the St. Louis area, no, I'm not playing and Throw the Horns anymore because it's not a thing. But the guys that continued on under the new moniker, they're quite good. And so I'm betting that band is pretty good too. So just something to think about. I mean, I wouldn't make a trip to St. Louis specifically for that.
Hold up those horses.
But
Wagon inspection.
okay, gosh.
Let's stop that wagon. Doing routine checks here. Just
Oh, easy. Everybody just be cool. Be cool. Most people don't stop for these. They just plow on through, but like I like, you know, taking the role seriously, I guess. Come on. Usually, like right now, I don't hear any of the other agents talking. And that's typically a bad sign.
Might as well take a look in the wagon, huh?
Normally, you'll hear them talking. You'll hear them talking about playing poker.
Looks.
And have you ever been to California?
Move along.
Oh, they are? Cool, then.
So here's the situation.
Good to know. That's good. I was hoping that they would do well. I love those dudes. Oh, woof, that was close. Craig, the drummer, man, he has a very impressive drum rig. And if you guys are familiar with the 80s hard rock scene at all, the band Firehouse, their drummer, it looks very much like his. And so now he and Craig are friends on Facebook, and they go on and on about each other's drum setups. Now, here's the deal. While Craig's drum setup is really cool, You know, there's one thing about playing in bands. That gear got to get up there somehow. And, yeah, not my favorite. And most of the time, he was the last one out because of how much stuff he had. And we would all bounce. And he would never get a bit of help out of us because we're jerks. So, yeah. And Tom on guitar, Tom Ackman, that dude is in like 1,000 bands. He knows every song. And he like learns them note for note, where I was always too lazy and couldn't be bothered to do such things. But yeah, he's fantastic. Always has really good guitar tone. He's tried tons of different amps. The last thing he was using was a 5150, the EVH 5150s. So I think it's considered the 5153, I think. But man, it's pretty cool. We had some good times. Rob playing bass. Great harmony vocalist too. Now I don't know about their vocalist. Their lead vocalist, Tony, I think is his name. Tony Bunch, I think. I mean, I suspect he's good if they're playing the music. Oh, man. Distortion pedal for Vox. Let me think on that. So, I haven't used traditional pedals in a really long time. I've been using, like, multi-effect stuff. And, like, my go-to rig right now is a Fractal Audio Axe FX 2 XL Plus. It was the final Axe FX 2 they made. Now they've got the 3, and they're coming out with more new stuff. They've got a real cool thing out right now called the FM9, which is the modeling engine of the Axe FX 3, I think. But anyway, it's all enclosed in one thing. So, like, I do have a distortion pedal in my signal chain, but it's not a real pedal. Let me think on that. There's some really good stuff out there. With a Vox, I would be really tempted to look into whatever that signature model drive pedal that Brad Paisley has. Because that dude, I mean, what is chasing me? Oh, it's a bear. I got no beef with you, sir. Anyway. Whether you're into country music or not, there's no denying the fact that Brad Paisley can play like nobody's business. But he was really brought like using the Vox sound to the country, because most of the guys at the time were using like Fender Bassmans and stuff like that, which are great amps, don't get me wrong. But the Vox AC line, like my main sound for church and for the country gig revolves around a Vox AC30 amp model. But Brad Paisley's got that signature drive pedal that, man, I mean, the guy's tone is really good, right along with his playing, and I would consider looking into that. I don't know how much they are. I suspect, you know, having his name attached to it and the fact that it's his name attached to a product that's not, like, it's not a Boss pedal. It's some boutique pedal manufacturer that makes it. So that's probably going to make it doubly expensive. But that's the first thing I would take a look at. Oh, score. That definitely helps then.
There you are.
Here's a little inside track knowledge for people if you don't know this. The markup on cables is crazy high. And you know, you've got your like Monster branded cables and stuff like that cost a ton of money. And I assume that they're worth it. I haven't been in a position to where like every piece of my signal chain is so good. Oh, which one of these do I want to do? Where every piece of my signal chain is so good that I don't have to. The last thing I have left, what I'm trying to say is this. Let me back up. I haven't really had the problem where every part of my signal chain is so good that the last piece I have to worry about is a $80 quarter-inch cable, right? But for the general cables, a buddy of mine worked at Guitar Center, and he would get cables for us, like, at church. And it was pennies on the dollar. He wasn't stealing them or anything like that. It was just literally pennies on the dollar. And that's pretty crazy to think about, you know, that they're able to get that kind of break on them. And I mean, here's the deal. Guitar Center, I know people like crapping on them. It became quite a popular thing to do. And part of it was because, you know, they had developed a bad reputation for how they treated their employees, right? Which, you know, that's no good. We all work. We all know what it's like to have to do that. But it's anyhow, my whole point is this. Emerald Ranch, we said. If you are looking for a better deal on something, you are not going to find a better deal than Guitar Center. You're just not. They've upped their like customer service offerings in recent years. I think they still give lessons now at Guitar Center. Surprisingly, for the longest time they didn't. And you know, whatever. But yeah, you're not going to find a better price. As a matter of fact, this might really surprise some people. A friend of mine is he's like an upper echelon guitarist for hire. He tours with big name bands and does a big winter rock show every year. Well, he's on Diodario's artist roster. He can get strings cheaper at Guitar Center than he can get them from Diodario being on their artist roster, because they sell them at a pretty reduced rate, like to the point where they're almost not making money on them. And they, you know, that's the get people in the door thing. And unfortunately for them, a lot of times the only thing I go there for is guitar strings. But yeah, he can get them cheaper like that, which I would have never guessed in a million years that was the case. But yeah. But I also would have never guessed that being on, endorsing Diodario strings, that wouldn't be, here's all the free strings you can use in a lifetime. But, you know, companies, man, they can't really do business like that. Non-player enemies, loons, distance swam. What else should I do? Oh, I didn't dance for 2 minutes at the bar. Dang it. Yes. Yeah, I've done the story once through. 100%. I 100%ed that. And I've never 100%ed the achievements. You know what I mean? Like if you look up the achievements for the game, oh my gosh, the story's the best. The story of this game is the best thing ever. It's very long. There's parts of it near the beginning where it's kind of hard to get going, but it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Much to the annoyance of many of my friends is how much I recommend it. It's really, really good. Oh, man. Oh, God, I bet that was hard. It is an emotional smackdown. And the thing is, like, I knew... I didn't play this game until 2 years after it came out. And so it's not like it was very easy to get spoiled, I guess is what I'm saying. But it was still... Wait a minute. I'm going the different direction than I want to go. Yeah, it's really good. I definitely recommend it. I was streaming my playthrough of it for a little while. And I kind of got sidetracked on it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, because it's ultimately about like self-discovery and family and figuring out how to do what's right. And so ultimately, and I mean, this will be a pretty big spoiler if you want me to go ahead and throw it out there. I mean, yeah, it's a spoiler-ish. Spoiler adjacent, I guess I'd say. part of the story is finding out that like the people you trusted and the people you look up to aren't who you thought they were. That you've been following this person with all your heart and soul, and you realize that they don't actually have your best interest or anyone else's at heart beside their own. And it's also about like watching somebody slide into insanity, I guess. See, that's my problem too. I'm trying to like figure out how to pronounce your Twitch tag. Quad Oh, Cruiser, man. Was it all diet related and activity related? But anyway, back to Red Dead. I have the PC version of Red Dead. I got it when it was on sale. And I didn't want to pass it up because I know sooner or later I'll get a gaming PC. But yeah, I don't have a PC that'll run it at all. I was hoping, I have a Mac, the M1 Pro Mac, and I was hoping that I would be able to like use a virtual machine is how I run Windows 11 when I need it. It's a virtual machine. And it won't do it. And it's all graphic related. It's the graphics end of things. And so like I don't know if I got an external GPU and all that, but by that point I might as well just buy a PC. But it is a great game. I love it so much. And I started doing a playthrough, like I said, a second playthrough of the story, and I kind of got stalled on it, and not because it wasn't good. I got like into something else. I can't even remember what exactly, but yeah, I sort of slowed down on it, and I streamed just a little bit as I was getting ready to start streaming this, like Red Dead Online. Oof. So I haven't played The Last of Us just because I've never had a PlayStation, but I would put it on par with The Last of Us just from what I've heard about it. But yeah, the story, it's long. I mean, I would bet it takes you 80 hours to complete the story. If you're going to try to 100% everything, 80 hours. Just because there's just layer after layer after layer of stuff. And there's stuff that, like, even if you've played it a bunch of times, you're suddenly new dialogue you've never heard will pop up. And, which is wild. There's an entire side storyline where, and it's not even a story, it's just hi, here's a little detail you may have missed. Where you're out in these swamps at night, and if it's in a certain time, and you've already crossed the what's the word I'm looking for? There's a spot in the story where you're at this mansion, and there's a tombstone out there, and even if you don't notice it, I think you have to have been in the proximity of it. But this ghost appears. And you don't interact with her. You don't do anything. It's just something you get to observe. And she'll appear several times over a period. I need to check that out. Me personally, I don't feel like it's unnecessarily long, but I know there are people that do think that. And I mean, I get it. I'm not going to tell them they're wrong. But because like I said, when I first started playing it, I almost gave up at the beginning. Like, no, I don't think this game is for me kind of thing. Because, you know, I had been out of gaming for a long time before I got my Xbox One X, right before COVID hit. And the very first game I played was Jedi Fallen Order. And then the very next game I played, I think may have been Sleeping Dogs, which it was a 360 game. If you've never played it, it's pretty rad. It's like GTA, but you're a cop, and but you're like undercover in Hong Kong, and you're sort of straddling that line between good cop and bad cop. It's pretty wild. So I went from that to Red Dead, and I was like, yeah, this is too slow for me. And I almost gave up, and I'm so glad I didn't, because God, I don't know if I've mentioned this. The gameplay's the best. It really is. I personally think, so here, real quick, take a look at this. Some people dislike the controls. To me, they're so second nature that it makes complete sense. So like right now, my left bumper brings up the weapon wheel, right? And I use my right analog stick to navigate it. And then for every slot, like this represents your holster, the left and the right, I can use the trigger to page through what weapon I want in there, right? And then same with, this is your shoulder weapon, and this is the one slung across your back. And you can have like whatever's on your right side and your left side, and then fist fight. It's go time. And then while I'm holding the left bumper down, right bumper index to like, this is it's a lot of it's health and food stuff, but you can also see the lantern or the metal detectors over here. The camp is over here and all that stuff. So I really like the controls. Now, and one of the mechanics they have in the game is called Deadeye. And in story mode, it works a little bit different. So what happens is if I aim, let me get out here. If I aim at something and I turn Deadeye on, see how it marked it? Even if I turn over here, it would hit him because of the way Deadeye works. But what's super cool about it in the story mode is it slows down time. And that was one of the hardest things for me to get used to in here, is the fact, oh, here comes a panther. Where'd you go, you butthole? I saw you. But it slows down time. And whenever I switched over, oh, that's not a panther, that's a wild boar. I saw the dot come flying at me. Where'd it go? Oh, nope, that's an alligator. I know I saw it. Anyway, sorry, I totally got sidetracked. Is it doesn't slow down time in Red Dead Online. Because, you know, you've got a ton of other players in the game. They can't localize a time slowdown and have it all still balance out. But, anyhow, yeah, it's super cool. RDR2 is way better than Red Dead 1. The story's a lot more involved and it makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more cohesive. The gameplay and like just the graphics of it is a lot better. Like even something as simple as like the horse galloping and all that. It's just better. I loved Red Dead 1 and I didn't play it until after Red Dead 2. But I would love if they did a remaster of it and made it more similar to Red Dead 2. But yeah, I super, super recommend it. It's really something. The guy who plays the main character's name is Arthur Morgan. His name is Roger Clark. His voice acting, actually the voice acting, and they're not just voice actors. Let me back that up too, because that's one of the things that they address frequently, is that they're not just voice actors. It was all motion capture too. They acted, and then they replaced them with, you know, the 3D wire models and all that. What is that? Is that what I'm looking for? Nope. But anyway, they're tremendous. I mean, absolutely tremendous. And one of the cool things, like with what Cruiser said about Red Dead being open world, is that there's constantly conversations going on around you that have nothing to do with what you're doing. But it's super interesting to hear like the level of detail they went into for it. Like you'll hear a guy antagonizing this kid in their camp. And you hear it from kind of far away, and you know, just one of those things where you realize what a complete butthole he is. Just little stuff like that. I think that's really cool. It's a nice element. And, you know, you'll hear different dialogue every single time you play like a section of the game. It won't be the same as it was the last time, probably. Which, I mean, to me, listen, I'm certainly not a game developer, but I can't imagine like the attention to detail and the forethought that it took to put all this together. What is it I'm looking for? A loon, right? Stupid dailies, man. This is where it gets boring and everybody can't stand it.
Morning.
Yeah, that is true. Red Dead 2 takes the map from Red Dead 1. You can't go across to Mexico. It exists over there, but you can't go across. And the mechanic that they use to prevent it is kind of annoying. Like, for example, if you go out in the water and you just try to swim across, your stamina will just plummet and you'll drown. That's how they stop you from doing it. Seems a little unfair in my book, but what are you going to do? But anyhow, they've added a lot of map up and above it, to the point where they took like the break-off point. If you remember, if you've played Red Dead 1, you remember that Manzanita Post was where it started getting snowy. Oh no, that's still like in the warm part of the map. It's not until way up at the top. Here, let me just show the map right now. So here is the bulk of where Red Dead 1 takes place. Right here, you get into Thieves Landing right there, and then Manzanita Post. So once you get up here, this is more like like what you imagine bustling towns in the Old West would look like Valentine and Strawberry. And then up here is where it's mountainy. And this is funny too, the snow effect. It's weird to say this, but they really managed to capture the feel of slogging your way through snow. I mean, plainly you're not. Plainly you're not actually slogging your way through snow, but geez, does it feel like it. Super well done. Yeah, it's really neat. Plainly, I love this game, and Rockstar should be giving me some sort of kickback on it, but they're not. But it's quite good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like every other game, there are some drawbacks. Like I said, the story starts slow, but part of it's just to like set the stage for just the raw sadness and all of that. There's one. Sorry, I shouldn't have laughed about that. But yeah, 100%ing the game is a daunting task, and I'm talking about in-game. The console achievements, there's a couple of them that are so hard, I just gave up. But there we go, loon skinned. Look at that. That was worth my time for that 0.15 gold. Settle down, horse. What's left? Anybody remember? You know, Red Dead Online's a weird animal. It's definitely not without its flaws, right? I would never claim otherwise. But one of the things that's tough, let me just say this. I hate to get into a whole annoying conversation about it, is that where they went wrong, in my opinion, is the money end of it. Because in order for them to keep pouring time into it, man hours, they've got to make money off of it. People need to be actively spending money on the game. But they made it so easy to earn currency in the game. That's a story I'll come back to in a second. But they made it easy to do. And howdy, partners. But they made it easy to do so that the need to buy currency is none. And so people start playing the game and then they're done spending money on it. And so you don't have that sustainable product like with Grand Theft Auto. People play that game and spend money and spend money and spend money. Which, good on them. I mean, it's not my bag, but that's cool. But without people spending money on it actively, they just can't pour any development time into it. Now, they have had things like when it went on sale recently, when I bought it, I think I bought it on Black Friday for $30 for the Ultimate Edition on PC. Oh, somebody came defensive. That must mean there's somebody out there screwing around. They sold something like 5 million copies of it, I think is what I heard. Which is bonkers to me. When you hear that out loud, that like doesn't even sound like a thing that could be true. But that's around the time they separated Red Dead Online and Red Dead 2. And what I mean by that is you could get the online component of Red Dead Redemption without having to buy the full game. And when they first did that, it was substantially cheaper. $5, I think, is what I stupidly bought it for. Why I did that, I don't know. But you still get Red Dead Online if you buy the full version of Red Dead Redemption 2. But anyhow, my whole point is this. They sold this, people started playing, and then once they made that initial investment, there was no need to buy anymore. I mean, like, here, look, I'll just show you. When you first start out, and this is what's weird, it's a lot like real life. And, which I guess kudos to the developers, but it's so much like real life in the fact that you can't earn money until you have money. And that's a cold, hard reality of life right there. You can't earn money until you have some. And getting it, it's like when you first start out, you can't even afford a coat. And you run out of bullets. You're like, if I don't get some bullets, I don't have any money. So then you have to start like strangling random NPCs on the street and looting them to hopefully get enough money to get enough bullets to go do this bounty maybe. But to get the bounty, you got to drop X number of gold to get like the starter kit, which just means buy the ability to do the role. So what I ended up doing is when I started out, I think they still do this for everybody that's new to Red Dead Online. You can get 20 gold bars for $5. And 20 gold, and what I mean is 20 gold bars, which is the premium in-game currency, for $5 real dollars. Okay. And that's helpful because most of the stuff you can buy with gold instead of cash if you want. Oh, I forgot you can't not have something on the sidearm. And so I bought it. And then I ended up buying $20 more worth, which I regret now. I mean, obviously, it was $20. It's not like I've stayed up late at night looking out the window lamenting the $20 I spent on in-game premium currency. But right now, if you look, I've got 1,937 gold bars and $304,000. I have almost every single buyable item in the catalog. In every color combination. I'm out of things to spend money on. And there's no need for me to ever buy currency. And then what they did, which I thought was completely stupid, they released this update called, I don't remember what it's called, but it introduced this currency called Capitale. And it's basically, there's a guy in the story mode named Martelli who is like sort of becoming a crime boss in this. And there's these missions you can do. And if you look on the map, you see these teardrop locations. Where are they at here? Right there. Blood money. That's what they call it. The blood money mission line. So you do these crimes and you earn, your gold and your Red Dead cash. But what you're getting is Capitale. And you have to get at least X number of those things in order to get the opportunity to do, that's what they call them, the opportunities. And they're the same every time. There's 3 of them. And I mean, they do like mix it up, but the goal is the same every time. But then that's all that currency does. That's all that Capitale does, is let you play those things. You can't buy anything with it. You can't do anything with it. So they made another in-game currency that there's no point in buying. And I didn't understand why they chose to do that. And yeah, I don't know. I do go on. I love this game, like I said. I mean, I'm level, hold on. Whoops. 623. That's ludicrous. But it's just because I love playing it. My goal isn't, oh, let's see how much I can level up. That's not what I'm doing. That's just a byproduct of playing a lot. And if you look, the next closest person is 454. And that's still super high. All the rest of them, but with the exception of one or two, are sub 100. You know, so I love the game. I've played it a bunch. But yeah, they're not going to be able to put the kind of time into it. Now, I wish they could, because I love it. I love when they introduce new stuff. People have asked for certain things like, oh, if only we could own properties like mansions and stuff like that in Saint Denis. The thing is, like, let's take the Moonshine Shack as an example. There's only 6 possible locations for a Moonshine Shack. So if I go to mine, here, I'll just look at it on the map. If you look up here, there's my Moonshine Shack right there. And one of the places it can be there, it can be, where's it at? Like over here, I think, or there. It's one of those two. It can be down here, which is, quite frankly, that building right there. One of the best locations. Shut up, Cruiser. So what happens is it's any given location is multiple people's Moonshine Shack in the game. And so what you get there, and a lot of times you see somebody standing outside who just left that building, but when they're in theirs and you're in yours, you're not both in the same place. And so if they were to add something like owning the houses, for example, you real quick run out of like, well, how are we going to manage all these people having the same place over and over? It would be very difficult, I would think. And same kind of thing like, oh, if we could have ranching and stuff like that. That would be cool. Admittedly, it would be cool. But it's not... You would have to take it to where the lobbies were super reduced in size. So like right now... ...25 people in this one. I think 26 might be the current limit. It used to be much lower. When you'd get in, there'd be way less people. And getting certain things to happen, like follow a dog to something interesting, would be way easier to get. But now there's so many people in the game, it's very difficult to get that to trigger for you. But anyhow, they'd have to cut that way down, I would think, to be able to have something like that. Because for it to be outdoors in an existing part of the map, and suddenly you own this ranch with all these animals, they would have to make it to where when you entered the space, it was from like a big boundary around it that took you out of the active playing area. If that makes any sense. I feel like I'm doing a crappy job of explaining it. Let's just go up to my Moonshine Shack real quick. Come on. You're right. It was legitimate. I was just talking about the nature of what level you are versus do you really like playing this, that kind of thing. But anyhow, there's my long form story about Red Dead Redemption. I hope everybody enjoyed my TED Talk today. And you know what? I feel the same way. The more I got better at it, the more I wanted to do it. And one of the reasons, like, I know if I quit playing for a week, the momentum part of it would disappear and I probably wouldn't come rushing back to it. Oh, Boyd. Go back and watch the video after the fact, man. I always cross-post them over to my YouTube in case they fall off a Twitch. Oh, look at this. Empty. Nobody loves me. Drink some moonshine real quick. I really do want to stream Jedi Survivor. The tough thing about that is, like, streaming a game that's story driven when it first comes out. It's like there's going to be a whole lot of it that I just want to like watch the cutscenes and not have to talk about it and stuff like that. But yeah, that would make for a pretty boring stream, I would think. Come on, start playing, lady. God, look at that fiddle player. She drives me wild. I don't know what it is. There's just something about her I love. Look at her. Oh, sweet. It goes over there to a time that whenever it glitches out. Why did she quit playing? I wonder if it's where I'm standing. But anyhow, yeah, I'll play it first day. I think I'll eventually pre-order it. I'll get the deluxe version of it. But I'll get the digital version. I don't want to get the physical. I guess there's a physical one that comes with like a lightsaber hilt and all that. I haven't even seen that advertised anywhere, but I've just heard about it. Look at that guy. He knows what's what. I like the piano player too. Look at me go. That's real life right there. I only have 2 more minutes to go. So this is the cinematic camera I turned on. So it Ken Burns it up. Oh, nice fiddle lick there. Oh, I need to see that flourish whenever I'm facing it. Come on. Oh, darn it. This is a funny thing to have in here. There's a challenge that I don't have that is to have play with the Moonshine Shack band with the entire band being actual players instead of NPCs. But I've never had that. That would be pretty great though. It'd be a dream come true. There it is. Look at her. Her hair is so pretty. This is starting to feel like Free Guy, where I'm falling in love with a computer character. All right. Usually if you leave before their song's done, they shoot their mouth off. She goes, guess this wasn't your thing, huh? Or no, maybe that's only when you're playing music. Just so you know, you're not getting paid for this. Psh, I've heard that at gigs before. Think this is the first time? Definitely not. Okay. What's the holdout? What do we got left here? Ugh. How close was the moonshine to being done? I didn't even look. It's got to be close, right? Follow a dog and non-player enemies trampled. Well, I don't know. The follow a dog to something interesting is never actually interesting. It's like they don't know what that word means. Why can I not camp? who's over here that's stopping it from happening. Oh. There's a moonshine thing down there. Okay, one of the dailies was trample 5 NPCs, or MPEs, to be more accurate. It's trickier than you think. Oh, here, that wolf's chasing him. Don't. They're not even looking at me. Come on, horse. Oh, I'm dead now. I feel like trampling an enemy should count if you run over a deadly predator. I mean, they're plainly an enemy. They're red on the map. They want to kill me. There's one. But it doesn't count. Let me see if I can lure them down here to this moonshine roadblock. See if they'll come with me. Aw, oh, darn it. It made him disappear. Okay. I'm definitely going to tonic up for this. So I'm going to try to get that trample 5 from this. Let's see. There's not very many of them. I won't. Don't worry. Just going about my business. Minding my own business here. Doing nothing. Definitely not planning on trampling you if that's what you think. Shasha. All right. Get up. There's one. See? Work smarter, not harder. Oh, it didn't let me drag him over the crates. What a ripoff. I'm sending a complaint to Rockstar over that. See, the trick is to get him away from the herd, right? Look at him laying there, being a baby. Oof, that shot hit me in the face. Oh, don't hurt my horse. Throw the rope. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why wouldn't he throw it? Or why wouldn't I throw it? That's me. I am. You're right. Horse, chill. I'm not gonna... Uh-oh, I had him. Come on. Gotcha. All right. Why are they all Oh, he lived through that. But what kind of life would that have been? Okay, there's 3. Oh, my horse is almost dead, too. Here, let's heal her up. Poke horse medicine. Splat. Boy, these guys just don't give up, man. They do special things in this game, like when it's Thanksgiving, suddenly the turkeys, if you sell a turkey to one of the butchers, is worth a lot more. Ugh. But, come here, you. See if I can get him without dragging him. Nah, I'm gonna drag him. Gotcha. Stuff like that. But one thing I always kind of thought would be funny is if on, April 15th or whenever tax day happens to be in any given year, that they, nope, still alive, but not anymore. There we go. Let's finish these guys off. Ah, he's hiding. It's like they've almost forgotten about me or something. There's one. Shot me with the sawed-off shotgun. That wasn't very nice. I mean, I just got done dragging several of their compatriots to their death. So I guess I understand them not being very happy with me. But still. Ooh, I'm gonna die. There we go. It's funny. So I have it to where I... no, I hate those guys. I'm just kidding. No, I need to play. Les is really the only one, I think, that actively plays online multiplayer stuff. Randy, it would have to be, like, I think he games exclusively on PC. I think. But, come here, you. Let's change here. But I should. That'd be a good idea. There's not an open campsite. What? I mean, is all of this grass and acreage here? Just doesn't... Nope, not a single place to pitch a tent up in these parts. Anyhow. Oh, my contact is messed up. There, that's better. I would like to get a gaming PC. I like building stuff like that, but honestly, I'd probably just buy one. Because I'm lazy. But, not lazy, just, you know. Gotta meter out my time, just so. So do you think we'll get any, like, huge game announcements at Star Wars Celebration while we're talking about Star Wars games? I'd like to think that, you know, EA's exclusive license runs out. The agreement runs out. We know there's some stuff in development. I wonder if we're going to hear, like, about any surprise project that's closer to being done than we would have thought. I know people are still hoping for that remastered version of KOTOR. I don't have a huge emotional attachment to that game, so I don't want to say it doesn't make a difference to me, but I don't care about it as much as a lot of people. Did you play Battlefront 2 very much? Battlefront 2 is great. I'm not playing it nearly as much. I really struggled at not being terrible at that during online multiplayer. I got several messages about that I should kill myself and that sort of thing. And I mean, listen, I like making people happy, but that was a line, man. So, oh my gosh, 1,000 hours. Wow. Yeah, I haven't played it in a solid while. Did you do very many playthroughs of the story? Let me think about this. We'll see. I thought it was cool that, because, like, I didn't get Battlefront until way later. And, like many a thing. And so by then, the entire controversy, if you will, of the whole thing was done and gone. And I was able to just enjoy it. I only played the story through once. And not long after I got it, they had added the, like that extra story part to it. I can't remember what it was called. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It's a good game. The mechanics of, like, the shooting and stuff are cool. I sucked at it. Because I would do the big... What's it? What's the mode called? It's just the big epic battle. Oh, Rick, that's hot. What is that mode called in Battlefront? But you know what I'm talking about. So you start out, you're on the ground, and then you go up to whichever team's... Galactic Assault, that's the one. Yeah, and I think Supremacy was when the ships were involved. I think. But yeah, I would do that, and I would end up being stuck in a thing where, like, as soon as people would be camping out on spawn points. And at that point, it's no longer enjoyable. You can't do anything. Because I played one game where it was a team of people, and they were, there's like 5 spawn points on the map, and they had a sniper setting at each one. I'm like, neat, this is sure fun. Yeah. But anyhow, that's a good game. I mean, being in Star Wars is pretty rad. I would like it if they had a game like this, format-wise. Yeah, because that's my thing. I don't mind a challenge at all. I like being challenged. I don't like it when it's impossible. I don't like it when it's just a punishment. And sometimes, man, I think some games just kind of lose where that line is. And, I mean, Elden Ring was close. Man, there's a game I almost gave up on. But I'm so glad that I didn't, because I ended up loving it. Loving it. It was so good. But yeah, when I first started out, I mean, I'm glad I wasn't streaming actively back then, because there would have it wouldn't have gone well. Just say that. There would have been lots of cursing and complaining and all of those other things. But yeah, that's a tough one for me. I don't like being miserable. I try to actively avoid that. Call me crazy, right? But yeah, I try to actively avoid being miserable. It's just one of my quirky traits, I guess. But that's one of the tough things, like playing Fortnite with my kid, when we'd start getting loaded into matches with people who were, every one of them were like upper level 200 and something, and you'd be getting killed almost immediately. And I'm thinking, you know, this is sort of taking some of the magic out of it. Oh, sweet. My moonshine's finally done. Oh my gosh. Now I just got to wait until I'm cold and take another hearty tonic. Right on. Thanks for hanging out, and enjoy your meeting. Those are always super fun. Tuesdays are meeting day for me, and it's always the day that I most consider calling in sick. But awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, sweet. I got all 9 rule dailies. All right, people. I'm going to stay on here for a little bit longer and see if I can't trigger the follow a dog to something interesting. Just for the sake of it, because it's the only one I have left. And it's, like I said, it's difficult to get. Just from the fact that getting it to happen is tough. So if you were here earlier and you heard me say it, there is sort of a workaround of sorts to try to get it to trigger. It's not foolproof by any stretch of the imagination. But if you load yourself... Oh, hang on, listen to this. The guns, they've stopped. Isn't that cool? It's just like a neat little world building thing when you're out there and you can hear the wolves howling. Now, they're not that like actual spawned wolves that are going to chase you. It's just a sound effect out there you hear at night. It's really neat. Anybody who's ever spent much time out in the cold outdoors, yeah, that's not far from what it feels like. But anyway. The trick for doing that, what I was going to say, is that you load into a bounty, like especially if you pick one of the not the prestigious, the legendary bounties. Because what that does is that pulls you out of a lobby. It loads you into a lobby by yourself. Well, then what you do is mess around in there for a little bit and then exit out of it. Quit to free roam. And in theory, what should happen is you'll be in a solo lobby for a little bit once you're back. And being in that solo lobby increases your likelihood of triggering one of these free roam happenings. Right? But like I said, it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So I don't tend to do it just because I don't care that much, I guess. But I will go down to a couple spots that I know can trigger it.
Okay.
And see if I can get it to happen, just for the sake of it. All right, horse, get over here. We're off to an armadillo. Well, listen, everybody else that's still here, I really appreciate you sticking around. I hope you're having a good time. I have a lot of fun doing this. I'm glad people dig it. But anyhow, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we are in Armadillo. And have I ever got this to happen at night? I'm trying to remember. But there's a spot up here where you can get that. There'll be a dog barking at you. It's right in here, I think. But that wasn't him. Because that's how they always start. They'll sit there and bark at you. And I've been stuck on this many, many times. Where I just keep riding past, hoping beyond hope that it'll happen. There's a handful. Now, what's weird is I remember back before the lobby sizes were so big that they would happen all the time. It was not too hard to get it. Of course, most of the time you'd have to follow a dog to something interesting until it was a daily challenge. And then it would never happen. But, that's just how it goes. Let's see. We'll just cruise on back past and see if we can make it happen. Am I going the right way? No. Look out, you stupid rabbits. Jeez. I don't hear them. You know what? Let me just look on the Red Dead map and see where it tends to happen. I realize that's sort of cheating, but that's what we're going to do. Dog encounters. Free roam. Random encounters. Dog. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I have had that one happen. I've never had that one happen. God, that one sucks to get to. Hold on, let me just do this. Maybe if I just take a shortcut, it won't seem as bad. I'll just ride through the countryside, ripping through the cacti so that my horse wants to murder me, which I don't blame her. All right. So who's left? Anybody? Oh, no. I killed something. I fully appreciate that this isn't the most exciting part of playing Red Dead Online, and my apologies. You won't hurt my feelings if you say, nope, this isn't going to work out. So if you didn't know, Red Dead Online, your character is a mute. And so he just makes the noises to your horse. Moo is the closest to actual words. So there you go. Now you learned something today if you didn't know that already. Of course, you probably figured it out if you watched me for any more than 20 minutes on this, seeing as how my character never speaks one single time. I guess I could do the prestigious bounty thing and see if it works. Or legendary bounty, you know what I'm saying. Because these are just totally random. And there's a handful of them around the map. Ugh, yeah, let's just do that. Just to get it over with. The only reason I even care is because it's the last one. Yep, last one. Fast travel back to... Tumbleweed's fine. Wherever's close, man. Let's just get it over with. Thud, thud. All right. Gee, you think that's the person with the $9.50 bounty on him? Oh, they're coming straight for me, so if it is, I'd say I'll be finding out soon if they're a butthole or not. Nope, but that's definitely who the bounty is. You can tell they're up to no good just by looking at what they're doing. Wonder what level he is.
Hey, careful.
What was it?
What the hell's wrong with you? Don't care who started it.
There he is, level 14. I don't care enough about that. All right, let's do this. Legendary bounties. We'll do Red Ben something something. Because he'll be down here where I want him to be. We'll do this. We'll see if this works. If it doesn't, we're done. We're getting out of here. Okay? I promise. And we'll bounce. Da, 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 da. All this load in just to jump back out to free roam. Where's the lady narrating it? Tell me if you recognize this voice.
Red Ben Clemson. Dresses like he's on the way to church. Acts like he's never heard a sermon.
Any Star Wars fans?
Rob enough trains, one of these companies is going to put a price on your head. Or maybe all of them. He's a hero to some folks, a villain to others, and most likely somewhere in between.
No, well, you know what?
This might interest you.
I don't know if it's her, but it's whoever was doing the voices for the High Republic when they were doing like the short character videos. Do you remember those? It was that voice because I remember I started doing legendary bounties around the time that was a thing. I am not doing this bounty. It is so hard. It is a slog too. So let's just do this. Quit to free roam. Where's quit to free roam? There it is. Yes, I'm positive because I'm a baby. So yeah, whoever that was the one. She was doing those character, I don't know what you'd call them, character trailers, character introductions, those little videos. And yeah, it was her. She's got a cool voice, and she's good at doing those things. Let's see. We'll try to get over here as quick as we can. Away. Cross country. Hopefully this works. Oh, wow, I'm really saving time. The only reason I'm trying to hurry is because I was counting on loading into a session solo. I don't think I have. But those little red dots that appear are snakes. I know, Horsey, I'm sorry. Whoa. My bad. You're right to be angry. All right, let's see. Come on, baby. Tell me this worked. That loaded me into a pretty full lobby. But maybe, just maybe. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Golly. There's ways that you can like throttle your internet speed way down and trick it into giving you a solo lobby. But ugh, I don't want to do that. So, I think I may just call it a day, everybody. Yeah. I'll ride back and forth a handful of times just to see if I can get it to happen. Or maybe if I fast travel to and from, that'll help. McFarland's Ranch, that's close. Yeah, we'll just jump back and forth and see if we can get to... There's actually one at McFarland's Ranch, too. That'd be nice to just bump into that one and be done. So there's just something very satisfying about getting all of those dailies as a group. Plus, you get an extra ×3 multiplier on whatever the thing is. Nope. Not around these parts, you don't. Alright, back to Armadillo. It's worth $1, right? Come on. Alright, this is the one. For all the money. Come on, baby. I don't hear him barking. Oh. Maybe we'll take a quick run back to that one spot again. Darn it. Used to it happen to me all the time over by Annisburg. Now it never happens ever there. There's been a lot of stuff like that. Like used to, when you're up north in the Grizzlies, there's a spot where you go across this bridge, this little wooden bridge, and it would be an ambush. 50% of the time you go through there just about, it seemed like. But, yeah, now it never happens. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, I sure appreciate everybody hanging out. I'm going to bounce off of here, so I'm sure this is just as boring as can be for everybody. But thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing if you subbed. And, just thanks for being awesome.